Top of the morning. I'm on that early morning shift, and I'm just tapping in real quick, just to speak about how to maximize your dollar when you out here. You know what I'm saying? This video is for everybody. You know what I mean? Rookies, people thinking about getting into the trucking game. You know what I'm saying? You watch this video, you'll have a really good understanding of what you need to do when you get out here to maximize your dollar. You feel me? Even old heads, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't learned how to really run out here, then, you know, it's for you. 85-90% of us get paid by the mile. Now, the company doesn't matter, but the pay plays a factor in it. But even with rookie pay all the way to, you know, experience pay, you can still maximize your dollar. So me personally, I don't get paid by the mile, but it still includes me as well, because if I don't get to where I'm going and drop off and get back, it affects how fast I get paid. So saying all that to say this, man, how to maximize your dollar. It's all about how you manage your time, how well you plan, but the most important thing is how you run. Okay? Now, everybody know we run off 3 clocks. You know, your drive clock, 11 hours, your on duty clock, 14, and your weekly clock. Now, if you ain't running right, you're gonna mess around and run out your hours for the weekly clock, and then you got to sit there for 34-hour reset, and that's no good, because now you ain't making no money. You sitting there, you know, you be at home for that time. You feel me? So you need to learn how to manage your clock. But this is how you maximize your dollar. 10 hours, no more, no less. And what I mean by that is, when you stop, you put yourself in the sleeper berth. By law, you gotta be off duty or in the sleeper berth for 10 hours, okay, before your hours reset for drive and on duty. Now, you want to do those 10 hours and then leave right after that. For example, say me and another truck, we load up at the same spot and we take off same time. Now we do our time, we do our 10 hours, and in the 11th hour, you feel what I'm saying, we find somewhere to park. We park at the same spot. Now, this is where the maximizing dollar comes in at, because, you know, most people have a routine, or, you know, they get into bad habits, such as when you stop and you put yourself in that sleeper berth, okay, your 10-hour clock starts right then and there. So most people, you know, put themselves in sleeper berth and they go back there, you know, they get themselves ready, get a bag ready, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and they go in, take a shower, then they go eat dinner, whatever they might do. So let's just say they kill 2 hours doing that, right? Showering and eating dinner. And then after that, you know, you want entertainment, so you watch TV for 3 hours. You feel what I'm saying? And then finally after that, you know, it's time to lay it on down, because you can't be tired out here driving all drowsy and all of that. That's how mistakes get made, and lots of stuff can go wrong when you're all tired. So before you even lay down, you done already knocked off 5 hours out of the 10, right? So you lay down, go to sleep for your 8 hours, right? Pop up in the morning, fresh, go in there, get your coffee, whatever you do, you feel me? So in total, you done been there 13 hours, right? So now, then you finally start to get on the road, right? You've been there for 13 hours. Me, on the other hand, as soon as my 10 hours was up, I was gone. So if we started at the same place and ended at the same place, as soon as my 10 was up, I'm gone. So now I'm already 3 hours ahead of you on the road. You feel what I'm saying? You're not gonna catch up because even if you drive your hours and get to where I'm going, right? Soon as my 10 is up, I'm gone. You still have to sit there for another 3. And then if you continue to do that, now you're going to lose another 3 hours. So now I'm 6 hours ahead of you the next day. And so on and so forth. So moving 10 hours, no less, no more, starts putting you ahead. You start gaining hours. You feel what I'm saying? Because say you drive 10 hours, shut down, then you sleep a berth for 10 hours, right? You're still in day 1. Now you're taking off. You got 4 more hours left in the first day, and you're already on your way. So now you're gaining time. You continue to do this throughout the week. Guess what? That's going to put you a day ahead in most cases, getting to where you got to go, or better. You know what I mean? Thus, you start making your deliveries on time. A lot of people are ahead of schedule, and you gotta learn how to talk to people when you do that too, because you might not be scheduled for the next day. You there a day early. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm outside. I know my drop time is tomorrow, but if you want to get me off the books, I'm here. So let me know. I say 100% of the time they're gonna say, hey, well, if we can get you in, we'll get you in. Unless it's just like a small place where they can load you immediately, which is the best. But most cases, I will get you in if we can get you in. They gonna get you in. You know what I mean? But it doesn't always go like that. Sometimes if what you got is too big, like I had a load in Miami, or not Miami, but Florida, right? Cocoa. And they needed a crane and some more stuff to get it off. So I was a day early. They wasn't able to do it because they had scheduled a time for that crane to get it there. So, in those cases, those are rare cases though. But I still increased my time because I was scheduled to drop off at like sometime after lunch, 1, 2 o'clock. But instead, I got bumped up ahead of everybody, and I was unloaded first thing in the morning as soon as they opened up at around 6:37. So that still put me ahead. But all in all, whatever company you work for, especially getting paid by the mile, they gonna see that. Then you gonna start being the go-to guy because you always early. You know what I'm saying? You always ahead of schedule, and they're gonna start giving you those higher paying loads. Thus, your pay increases and you maximize your dollar. You know what I'm saying? You can go anywhere from rookie pay $500-600 a week to experienced pay 7-8. You know what I mean? Doing it that way, 10 hours, no more, no less, to making over $1,000 a week, $1,200, $1,300. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're running discipline. You know what I'm saying? You're doing 10 hours, no less. So for me, when I touch down somewhere, I keep that in mind. My clock's running. Okay, boom. I go, eat, take me a shower. You know what I'm saying? I try to do it in 1 hour, right? Because I want my 8 hours of sleep. So, boom, I try to do that in the first hour, hour and a half. I get my 8 hours, boom. I wake up an hour early before my 10 hours is up, because then I want to go in, you feel me, do my morning stuff, you know what I mean, get my coffee, get myself ready to go. So as soon as that 10th hour hits, I'm gone. You know what I mean? And so I'm always pretty much a day early, weather permitting. You know what I mean? You got to drive according to the weather. But long story short, that's how you're going to maximize your dollar, your income, your funds. You feel what I'm saying? Per week, by doing that. You know what I mean? If you get out here and you think you want to relax and all of that, that's bad. That's garbage. That's going to make you lose, because then, you know what I'm saying, you're going to start being late for your loads, because we deal always with the unexpected out here, whether it's weather. We might be in 5 different weather conditions in one day. You know what I mean? Crashes, freeway shutdowns, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're always dealing with the unexpected, and you rarely go to the same place twice. So, you know, that also cushions that time. You know what I mean? Where if something does happen, okay, you was already 4 hours ahead, but that ate up 4 hours. Guess what? You're right on time now. So, you really want to maximize your dollar? Don't get out here and be lazy. Just sit down, drive, eat. You know what I'm saying? You really got to be disciplined. You feel what I'm saying? Be disciplined and really execute. Get out here, you working. Understand, I'm working right now. So, I need to work. I need to handle that. You know what I mean? It's more than just driving. So, 10 hours, no more, no less. And a tip also, right? If you can park at the shipper when you get there, do that. Because say, you park at a pilot or something, not only is you going to spend money, right? But also, now you got to get up, you got to start your drive time to drive wherever you got to go, 10, 5 miles, 20 miles, whatever, to get to the shipper. Boom. So now you're already into your drive time, and then it could take them 3-4 hours to get you unloaded and then load you up, or it could take 2 hours to unload, then you gotta drop the trailer, pick up something else, another trailer, and get it on. Or some cases you gotta unload and then you gotta drive all the way deadhead to another location to get a trailer, right? A loaded trailer. So there's multiple variables, but what I'm saying is you had to get into your drive time just to get to the shipper to unload, you know what I'm saying? And then it took them a few hours. So now, even though you put yourself in the off duty, you're eating up your 14 hours, which ultimately, if you run your 14 hours past, your drive time, basically, if you have more drive time than you do your on duty clock, it doesn't matter. You still got to shut it down. Even if you have 2-3 hours left on your drive time, if your 14 hours is out, you got to shut it down. So that hinders you if you can park at the shipper, right? Which don't always work, but it does work in a lot of cases. Then guess what? Now you're not tapping into your drive time. Don't go over 5 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? Just move real slow. Don't let them rush you. You feel me? And get yourself in the position you need to get. And now, even if they take 10 hours to unload you, guess what? When you get loaded up, you got a fresh clock to take off and drive. Okay? So it's all about managing and thinking ahead about how you do things. So 10 hours, no more, no less. And try to be prepared so you can park at the shipper. You know what I'm saying? Have you some food or whatever you need to do in the truck, drink, all of that. So you can park at the shipper, so that way you're not getting into your drive time to, just to be unloaded and then eating up your 14-hour clock while they're unloading you. And then after you get loaded, you only have 2-3 hours left to drive for the day. When if you park at the shipper and don't get into your clock, guess what? As soon as you leave, boom, you could drive for a fresh 10-11 hours. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I be running. That's how I get ahead. That's how I maximize my time out here, because I don't get paid by the mile. I get paid, well, anyway. So, you feel me? 10 hours, no more, no less.